Hi there everyone, welcome back to Infinity Drones. Today we're going to take a look at the DJI FPV drone. Probably the most underrated / understood drone that I have ever had the pleasure of flying. As you can see, I'm at the mountain range and I want to go to that peak at the far back, but can we get there? So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to switch over to manual and let's see if we can reach that mountaintop. And I have no idea how far it is, but luckily with the DJI controller and the link, you can see inside the screen how far you're flying out. So I'm just going to forward a bit so we don't waste too much time, but essentially I'm just trying to see how far I can get and also how high I'm going to get. So here I'm going to reach up to the first peak. I'm about 1.4 kilometers away, I think. And this is the biggest problem with the DJI FPV drone. It's an amazing flight, it's awesome, it's just fantastic, you're enjoying it thoroughly, and whoop, what's going on there? Well, unfortunately there is a built-in altitude limit. Now this altitude limit is actually quite ridiculous because this drone is perfect for mountain diving or mountain flying. But now you can see I just switch over to normal mode and I hit the ceiling. I just can't go higher, so I'm just flying to see how far I can get. It seems like the control link is good. I should easily be able to fly even closer to the mountain behind, but unfortunately I can't gain any more altitude. So that's basically the end of the flight. I can just go back home. But yeah, at least we can still have some fun. I'm just gonna have to switch back to manual mode so that obviously I can enjoy the view back home. But here's the thing. Great views, great place, but a 500-meter altitude cap? Come on. This thing is built, it's just perfect. The GPS rescue on this thing is absolutely fantastic. It's way better than you're going to get in Better Flight or any of these other systems. The fact that it switches over to normal mode, all of these features are just absolutely perfect for flying in mountains. So why they called it the DJI FPV Racer or a freestyle drone, I honestly don't know. They should have just called it the DJI FPV cinematic drone or something like that, or long range drone, because I'm getting easily get 7-9 minutes on a battery. It's just absolutely the wrong marketing that they've done. They should have advertised it for what it's supposed to be. This is not something you want to crash or do risky maneuvers with. In this case, the risk is a different category because I'm flying far out, but this thing's GPS rescue is far superior to anything else I've ever flown, and also the controls. Now in this case I've also not done anything to the rates, but my goodness, this thing can just send. You can just send it so far out and just trust it completely. I mean, you don't really get that with any other drone you can just take off the shelf. So honestly, the DJI FPV drone really does have a place. It is really good if you use it for what it's really meant for, and it's not a freestyle drone. Yes, you can, but you can freestyle a 7-inch and a 4-inch and all those long-range quads as well. But this thing is absolutely superb if you're going to send it far out. Honestly, DJI messed up really badly with the whole DJI FPV Racer thing. I mean, the whole community basically crucified it on when I saw it the first time. I mean, it's not built for that. It is honestly something that you can just take and send, and whenever you're uncomfortable, switch over to normal mode and essentially fly it back as a Mavic. In this case, I'm flying back, once again, just enjoying the views. Absolutely stunning place to fly. But yeah, I don't really have a great place to take off and land from. It's like if you're a beginner or someone that's not 100% comfortable landing in uneven ground or spaces, then what are you going to do? In this case, you can just flip a switch and you're back to normal GPS mode and you can take over the line of sight and just go park it wherever you want to. It is that easy. This drone really just opens the door for so many other people that can go into the FPV or ecosystem. It's not an eco drone. Yes, by all means, just go get yourself a real FPV drone. But up until that point, you can really have a lot of fun with this thing and just get into the hobby without completely wrecking everything. It is a lot of money, but you get a lot for that price. The fact that the GPS works that well, the fact that you can flip a switch and you can go into hover mode like I've just done now and take an easier landing, or just leave it in the air while you have a cup of coffee or a beer. It's just absolutely fantastic. However, the 500-meter altitude limit, that is the Achilles heel. It really, really is. I mean, it takes the best option away. So let's put DroneX on the drone, remove that altitude limit, and see what can happen now. Okay, honestly, DroneX should be on this thing from the start. If you have a DJI FPV drone, really load DroneX immediately. You can just see a massive difference now. This is actually going to make this drone the way it's supposed to be. So let me just quickly take off once again from quite a dodgy area, and then hover and then switch over to manual mode. Well, I just have to admit, it is such a nice feature. You can just take off line of sight, let it hover, get your bearings, and then switch over to manual mode and then just gun it. So here we go. Let's see if we can reach that peak in the back now. Let's see if I can speed things up a little bit so we can get there. Once again, guys, remember we hit a 500-meter ceiling essentially, and we couldn't go high. It switched over to normal mode, but now we've got DroneX enabled, so there is no altitude limit anymore. We should essentially just cruise right past it. Well, we're already past it. We're already higher than we were previously. As you can see, we're going over the peak now. So 500 meters, that's already not an issue. Probably already at 510, 520 meters here. And we're basically at the same range we were previously before we had to turn back. So, you know, DroneX makes this drone so much better. I mean, this thing is perfect for mountain surfing. The GPS, I can't get over it. It's just so much better. You've got a very nice little home arrow. You can press a button to go over to normal mode and just fly it back like a Mavic. Or you can do a flip and a roll 3, 4, 5 kilometers out. I mean, this is really, really good and nice to have something that you can just press a button and you have confidence in it. It's not something that you're just going to lose in the mountain and there's all your money gone. It has a very good fail-safe system. So it just needs that little bit extra with DroneX. DroneX, like I said, removes the altitude limit, enables FCC mode if you're not in America or the US, and that gives you much better control link and range. As you can see now, I'm past 1.4 kilometers, I'm over 600 meters. It's it's a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty stressed out when I get to this point. It's the first time ever setting out this far, and also yeah, it's pretty high up and far away. So let's just quickly see if I can get to the peak over here. Almost there. Just have to admit that these views are stunning. Early morning flight, that sun baking on the mountain. Yep, this drone is just that good. Obviously you can do this with any other drone as well, but I'm getting close to 9 minutes of flight time on this thing, and I'm not pushing it too hard, but I'm not flying, well, slowly. I'm doing about 70-80 kilometers an hour almost all the time. And here we go, look at that view, just absolutely amazing. I could have gone over 800 meters there, but no need. Let's just take it home. So much fun. Could never have done this if it was just a normal DJI FPV drone. I mean, you really need DroneX on this drone. Anyone that's flying a DJI FPV drone, you should load DroneX. It's honestly the best thing you can do. Just set that drone free, man. Don't be bound by a 500-meter altitude limit. I mean, that's where the best fun's going to start with this drone. This is not a freestyle or a racing drone. This is supposed to be a cinematic cruiser. It's perfect for that. So yeah, guys, this basically just brings my rant to the end. This is really not such a bad drone. Honestly, if you think about the price that you're paying for it compared to, let's say, a Camera 7, it's really not that big difference that you go to it, and you're getting a 4K camera built into it with image stabilization. Of course, yes, you can go better, but then you can strap a GoPro to the top like you would with any other drone anyway. So this is just great because the quality out of the DJI camera is, for most people, really not that bad. Anyway guys, just enjoy the flight back home, and yeah, see you guys in the next video.